Let's first look at what are the changes for apps DBAs and architects. So first and the most important thing is that you need to learn this generation 2 cloud, which is called as Oracle Cloud Infrastructure or OCI, because everything will be deployed on this OCI, and not just eBusiness Suite, but any other application, be it WebLogic or databases or Kubernetes or SOA or Fusion Middleware, Identity Cloud Service, anything that you can think of, or CASB, these are all going to be in OCI. So most of them are already there, and remaining ones are slowly transitioning from generation 1 to generation 2 cloud. So you need to understand the concepts like region, availability domain, fault domain, because that's where these applications are going to be deployed. So when you deploy your eBusiness Suite application tier, will you be deploying in an availability domain or across availability domains? So questions like that. Then you should know about virtual cloud or networks. So like, how do you segregating your database tier with application tier, or application tier with a DMZ? Or you have test environment, you will have one network for test environment, another network for dev environment, and so on. Then you will have load balance, or how are you connecting from on-premise to cloud, depending on what kind of workload you have. Will you be using VPN as a service, or fast connect, or connecting over the internet, which is not very safe? Then you need to know load balancers, because when you're deploying eBusiness Suite high availability to active nodes on the cloud, then you'll be also needing a load balancer as a service. And all these services are provided by OCI. Then in order to connect from your on-premise to cloud as a VPN or via fast connect, you will need something called as dynamic routing gateway, or you'll be needing internet gateway if you want to go from that eBusiness Suite environment on externally to the cloud, but securely. Then you'll be using your storage. So eBusiness Suite will be using underlying storage. So things like block storage or object storage, or if you're using two node eBusiness Suite tier, then you'll be using a shared file system for across that application top or application tier for eBusiness Suite. So that shared application tier or shared file system will be coming from OCI again. Some of the things which are not available with other vendors or cloud vendors. Then you will need to secure these applications. You will need to securely log into the cloud. You will need to securely give access to the cloud manager or the environments. And that's when identity cloud service or identity and access management will come into pictures. So things like users, groups, policies, API signing keys, Oracle Cloud Identifier, OCIDs. So this is all you need to start learning if you want to become good in Oracle Cloud, or if you want to become good in eBusiness Suite AppsDBA. Transition from that knowledge. So don't lose that AppsDBA knowledge, but on top of that, add it. Then once you know this basic concept, then you start learning the underlying database tiers, underlying IaaS, so infrastructure as service, OCI and OCI Classic, as someone was asking. Then you need to learn platform as a service, because database tier can be deployed on DBCS, Exadata Cloud Service. So you need to at least have an overview so that when something comes, you know how to deploy on that. Then make sure you know EBS Cloud Manager. And then there's a console. How do you manage these EBS Cloud Manager? So this is something, one thing you want to take away is make sure you understand about EBS Cloud Manager. Or if you're working on OCIC, older version, then EBS Cloud Admin Tool. Then you need to learn about how do you do the backup and recovery on the cloud. Again, you used to do on-premise. Now you as an AppsDBA or Cloud AppsDBA, you will have access to all these things. You'll be doing the backups as well. You'll be doing the networking as well. You'll be doing the security as well. And because cloud comes or can be implemented very, very quickly, then you will be role will become bigger. So how do you do backup and recovery? There's a Oracle storage services. Then on top of that, how do you configure disaster recovery? How do you configure data guard for eBusiness Suite as well as application tier? How do you deploy eBusiness Suite in maximum availability architecture as you used to do on-premise? Do you want to do within region, across region? How do you define DR or data guard? Then you also have your eBusiness Suite on cloud, but you might have some applications hold in your environment, which could be like identity and access management possibly, or SOA or printers or any third-party custom applications. How do you connect to that? So that's where things like fast connect or VPN as IPsec VPN tunneling will come into picture. So you need to learn those things. And then finally, security, key, big thing. If you want to take further level, so this is first level is about learning the cloud concepts and taking them on and then deploy e-business suite. And then after that is about security as well. So another big thing you should know about, and that's where you can make a lot of money, is how to migrate existing e-business suite environment onto the cloud using lift and shift. Again, these tools and tools are available only with Oracle Cloud. These are not available with AWS Cloud. So Oracle gives you Cloud Manager tool to lift and shift migrate your e-business suite. And a lot of our students have already migrated or learned how to migrate their environment, and they can do it within an hour, entire 500 gig disk or e-business suite environment from our servers onto the cloud. And that's what you're going to do for your customers. And that's where the big money is. That's where big shift is in 2019 or have been in 2018. So just to do a quick recap, this is all we need to do. Am I making sense, guys? Is there any question in this one? So let me take a few questions while you recap on that. Ashutosh is saying junior level. Ashutosh, you should start working and take it to the take it to the next level. Learn these things quickly, which I'm telling you, because now in cloud, it's not about how much experience someone has. In cloud, it's how quickly someone can learn new things. So it's not about the number of years of experience, but how much relevant experience you have in the cloud. Yep. So Ramesh is saying, I'm an Oracle DBA currently enrolled in OCI. What are my options to get EBS? Get into EBS. So if you're working on OCI, you should be able to fairly pick up Ramesh very quickly. I'm not sure, Ramesh, if you're part of our OCI training, reach out to our team, and then team, you already know about OCI then, and you can pick up e-business suite very quickly. B Singh is saying, currently EBS on HP Unix, is it possible directly to shift on OCI? There is some transition required on that, but again, as I said, B Singh, you can do from HP Unix. There's some transition required to go to OCI on if you're running on HP Unix. Again, in lift and shift module, we have a dedicated course. We have a dedicated module covering all these transitions as well as migrating lift and shift. Dipankar is again saying the same thing, cross-platform migration for e-business in Oracle Cloud. I do not find any absolutely this is so. Dipankar is saying that is there any tool available for migration? I couldn't find any such tool in AWS. So you're right. These are available in Oracle or for Oracle e-business suite. Again, these are done by e-business suite team, but that's only applicable for e-business suite on OCI or Oracle Cloud or OCIC. Jami saying, after learning OCI, do we need to learn AWS as well? As few customers are going to AWS as well. So Jami, first of all, OCI, that should keep you busy. That you don't need to learn AWS. I didn't learn AWS at all, but then OCI, running e-business suite and OCI is keeping me busy. So no, so you don't need to learn AWS. I wouldn't learn too many things. I learn one thing and I learn it well. So as I said, these are the roles or these are the transition you need to do for AppsDBAs and architects. And now, as I said, hundreds of guys have already transformed their career and are doing very good with e-business. So they've already moved from a AppsDBA to cloud AppsDBA. And my question to you is, when are you going to move to cloud?